Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot, and welcome to yet another reading in my future spouse series. In today's video, I'm going to be finding out what you are going to love about your future spouse and why you'll fall in love with them. So as always, I have three groups prepared for you guys to pick and choose from. There's group number 1 with the amethyst heart crystal, group number 2 with the rose quartz heart crystal, and group number 3 with the green aventurine heart crystal. As always, you can take as much time as you want to pick either one or multiple of these groups if you'd like to intuitively, and once you have made your decision, you can find the timestamps that correlate to your group's reading in the description box below as well as in the pinned comments. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the amethyst heart crystal, so let's find out what you are going to love about your future spouse. Why will you fall in love with them? As always, I have all of the oracle cards pre-shuffled right here. I'm going to be beginning with these and then bringing in the tarot for you. So first up here we have aspiration. Okay, so something that I can see in aspiration is that one thing that you are going to really love about your future spouse, and it's also something that will maybe like not just make you fall in love with them, but this is also something that's gonna keep you in love with them, and it's gonna be something that's gonna basically just keep making you fall in love with your future spouse. Is just how aspirational they are. Okay, they have big dreams, they have big goals, they have big desires, they want to make big changes in the world, and you know, their passion, their ability to dream big is something that you are really going to appreciate and love about your future spouse, is what I can see in the first card right here. Next up we have peace. Okay, so in peace, what I can see is that your future spouse might be someone who is quite calm, quite cool, collected. Okay, in the face of conflict, maybe they're able to hold their own, they're able to not let their emotions get the better of them, and they're probably someone who's able to deal with, like, you know, stressful situations in a very relaxed manner, in a very calm and practical manner, without, you know, getting overwhelmed or without, you know, freaking out. And maybe that's something that you're going to really love about your future spouse, like just how at peace they are with their own life, just how peaceful they are and how peaceful they make your life. Okay, this peace, this like zen like quality, I mean, they might be someone who's able to forgive and let go and forget very easily, and that's something that could probably rub off on you, and you know, you might then find yourself being not so easily overwhelmed by situations that you used to before. Or maybe this is someone who's able to somehow, you know, say the right things or be there for you in the right manner when you're feeling anxious or when you're feeling, you know, stressed out or overwhelmed. So that's something that I can see here for you guys, group number 1. I definitely feel like your future spouse is someone who is very free-spirited. They have big goals, big dreams. They are a dreamer, you know, they have their head in the clouds a little bit, but at the same time they know how much of it is possible and how much of it is just, you know, them probably reaching too far, or like them, you know, having like a far-fetched idea. They are someone who is a big dreamer, but at the same time, like, their dreams are quite realistic, or they know how to make their dreams come true. Okay, and at the same time, they're also someone who is not in a rush. They are quite intentional in the way that they live. They're quite mindful in the way that they live. They're quite present in the present moment, you know. They're not constantly living in the past or worrying about the future. Like, they are able to like enjoy the here and now. And that is something that you are really going to love about your future spouse. There is this level of like emotional maturity that I'm picking up from them, but this could also mean that your future spouse is going to be a couple of years or maybe like quite a lot of years older than you. Like, there might be quite a lot, like quite a big or significant age gap between you guys. But if that's not the case, then this could just mean that they are wiser beyond their age, and they're wiser beyond their years, and they're just more mature for their age, or like they're more mature than you, or they're just quite mature for their age, or just like, you know, are an old soul, are quite wise. Okay, but at the same time they are still quite playful and free spirited, and just like, you know, fun loving. Yes. So that's something that I'm picking up for you guys. Your next card is diversity. Okay, so something that I can see in diversity is that your future spouse could come from a different race, different religion, different culture, different background as you, and the relationship that they have with their roots is something that you will really appreciate and love about them. Maybe they're someone who really is in touch with their roots, they appreciate their culture, they understand their culture, they understand their you know, their ritual, and that is something that they will share with you with a lot of passion. Like, you can actually see their eyes kind of glittering with joy when they talk to you about, you know, things from their culture or things from maybe back home, and that is something that you will really love about them. The fact that they open up your mind and they open up your life to new people, to new cultures, to new experiences, to new places even. Okay, so that is something that I'm seeing here. If that's not the case, I can also see that this is someone who's probably, like, they come from a different lifestyle as you. Like, they maybe had a different kind of upbringing, you know, maybe they went to like a different type of school than you, or maybe they went to school in a different country or a different city than you, and like there is a bit of like a cultural difference in how they view the world and how you view the world, because of how they were raised, or where they were raised, and what they experienced. Yeah, so I definitely feel like this is someone who is quite different from you, but you like that difference. You like that difference because this uniqueness is what makes them different, and is something that's gonna make you fall in love with them. So you absolutely love that about them, and you love the fact that, you know, you're able to maybe experience something new now, experience life in a different way, experience living in a new place, living in a place that has a culture or a religion different from yours. So that is also one of the reasons why you're gonna fall in love with your future spouse. Or this could just mean that, you know, they are quite different from your usual type. Okay, maybe they're not the kind of person that you would usually go for, and they're very different from your usual type, but, you know, something about them just intrigued you a lot, and you felt quite safe and secure and just like, you know, comfortable with them from the get-go. And there was that spark of like wanting to know them, but there was also this like feeling of familiarity, this feeling that, you know, you're safe with them, you feel protected with them, you feel like you can be vulnerable with them. So yeah, maybe they're just different from what you have experienced so far when it comes to romantic relationships, and that is something that you're going to really love about them, and that's also something that will help you fall in love with them even more. Okay, so I definitely feel like this is the kind of love that's going to progress. Like, you'll only fall more and more in love with this person as and when you get to know them. Next up, we have faith. So yes, again, in faith, what I can see first of all is that this person could be someone who's quite religious, or this is someone who is quite optimistic. This is someone who has a lot of faith, has a lot of hope, you know, looks at the bright side of things, always looks at the silver lining in even the most dreadful, you know, stressful situations. And that's something that maybe, you know, is different to you because you're not that way, and that is something that you really love about them, because they are, maybe you feel like they're better than you, they're like something that you aspire to be like they are goals, and yeah, they're just very inspiring to you. But this could also mean that, you know, there's this level of like loyalty, like from the get-go itself, you know that you can put your faith in this person. They are someone who's quite dependable, and they're gonna feel the same way about you. It's going to be like there's going to be reciprocity, is that the word? Yeah, like, you know, if you put your trust in them, they are going to prove to be trustworthy. If you put your faith in them, they will, you know, come through. If you need them, you know, they are going to prove to be quite dependable, and that they will show up for you and support you and love you and understand you in the way that you want them to or need a partner to. You know, like this is someone who's quite in tune with your needs and is able to show up for you in the way that you need them, you know, majority of the times, or at least they are quite mindful that they show up in your life in the way that you'd like to, in the sense that, you know, maybe they would be quite mindful about making sure that they speak to you in your love language. Okay, so like if they're expressing their love to you, they will be quite mindful of not just expressing how much they love you, but also making sure that you feel that love. Yeah, so this is quite like a mindful, intentional kind of a person is what I'm picking up on for you guys, group number 1. Now let's live shuffle the Pulp Girls tarot deck and find out some more information about your future spouse and what you love about them, why you love them. So first up we have the 5 of Swords, followed by the 6 of Swords. Then we have the 7 of Cups, we have the Sun, and we have the 9 of Wands. I also want this card for you guys. We have the Star. Okay, bottom deck energy is the 2 of Swords. Okay, so something that you're really going to love about this person, first of all, is just how in tune they are with their own intuition. Okay, this is someone who doesn't like, they listen to people. It's not like they do what they want to do only and like they're stubborn that way. No, I just feel like this is the kind of person who listens to everyone, takes advice from everyone, you know, gives other people respect when they're speaking and like listens to them, like does the polite thing and hears people out. But at the end of the day, they make decisions based on what feels right to them. Okay, they listen to their gut, they listen to their own intuition, and yeah, this is someone who's very, very intuitive. And something that I have found to be true is that your intuition is almost never wrong. Like, I have never experienced in my whole entire life that my intuition is telling me to do something and that was somehow wrong. Like, I've never experienced that personally, and maybe this person also feels that way. Yeah, maybe I'm your future spouse. No, just kidding. But like, yeah, maybe they are someone who has found that their intuition always guides them on the right path. So they almost always listen to their intuition. They don't like going against their intuition. If they have the choice to, like, you know, just go with their own gut feeling, then that's what they prefer to do. And that is something that you'll really love about them, just like how in tune they are with their own intuition. Like, it almost feels like they're not at a battle with themselves in their own mind, and that's so refreshing to you, because maybe you are someone who finds it quite difficult to take decisions. Like, maybe it takes you time, or maybe it like just taking a decision is quite a stressful experience to you, and this person is not like that. And that is something that, you know, again, that's something that's very inspirational about them. And you look at them like they are goals, like you would want to be like them. And you know, because they have these qualities that you would also like to have, these are the qualities that you will fall in love with them for, and that's what you love them for. So yeah, that is something that I can see here. With the 5 of Swords being right next to the 6 of Swords, like I was saying, I feel like this person is someone who it's not like they will give up. If they have to fight for something, they will. But even if they lose the battle, irrespective of whether they lose that battle, whether they win that battle, they know how to let things in the past stay in the past, okay? They're not going to bring it up later on in your life, okay? So like if this is a situation, I'll just give you an example. Suppose you guys are arguing about what's the better flavor, whether dark chocolate tastes better or whether milk chocolate tastes better. Suppose this is like a disagreement or like an argument or something that you're having with a group of friends, okay? It almost feels like even if like 5 other people agree with you, they have their own opinion, they'll like, you know, understand that there's no winning this group because the majority in this group prefers a flavor that they don't. So they're like, okay, you guys win, fine, the majority of you like this chocolate, but I personally really like the other chocolate, okay? So they're able to like take their losses easily, and then they won't bring that up, you know, they let that be in the past, they let that loss, so to say, be in the past. They're not going to use that against you. They're not going to try to like pick fights in order to now win because, you know, you won the last time, so like I need to win this time, or like you need to say something that you disagree with but is my opinion, and like you now have to agree to my opinion. Like they're not gonna do these like petty, like they're not gonna play these like petty mind games. They're just like, they have a good idea about what they like, and they also are very comfortable with agreeing to disagree. Yeah, that's something that I can see here. Like it's easy for them to like let these small minute little things go, like they don't hold on to these smaller things. At the same time, suppose, you know, these 5 people in the group are on their side and say, oh yes, your future spouse's favorite chocolate flavor is actually the best and you are the one who's wrong. At the same time, you know, that is not going to get to their head and be like, haha, look at all of these people agreeing with me, and that only means that you are wrong. Like, you know, that's not the mentality that they have at all. So yeah, that is what I can see here. Like they have a very solid head on their shoulders. Like they know what matters, they know what they need to let go of, what's just like a silly little thing that, you know, shouldn't be paid attention to, and they know where they need to basically fight for you or fight for other people, or like, you know, stand their ground. Like they know how to differentiate between when to stand their ground and when to, you know, let go and just forget about it. Yeah, so that's something that I can see. This is someone who's had a lot of life experience. Group number 1, I definitely feel like your future spouse maybe growing up has faced quite stressful situations, difficult situations, as we all do. But maybe this is someone who in their formative years was maybe bullied, or maybe experienced some kind of abuse or some kind of toxicity. And you know, these are things that in the grand scheme of things might affect you and make you bitter, make you angry. But somehow this person has done so much inner healing. They have maybe, you know, reparented their inner child. They have done a lot of inner child work, and they've done a lot of healing, and either they are on the path of healing, or they actually have, you know, actively healed a lot of their childhood wounds. Either that was by doing shadow work, by doing inner child work, by going to therapy, whatever it is. I feel like somehow, you know, this maturity that they have stems from them being through situations that nobody should go through, especially in their formative years. And, you know, instead of those situations making them bitter, they have just taken that in stride and said, you know what, no, when I grow up, I want to be a better person, I want to be a better caregiver, I want to be a better friend, I want to be a better classmate, I want to be a better father or a mother or a parent, you know. And like that's very, like that's a conscious decision that they have made, which is why they take their healing quite seriously. And at the same time, that's also why I think they are so optimistic and hopeful, because you know, they've been in situations where they felt like they would never get out of this situation, but life is better now for them, and that is why they have this like unyielding hope and faith in life and from life. Yeah. So yeah, once you get to know them, you will realize that like you'll really understand the reason as to why they are so cheerful and happy, and you know, they listen to their intuition, and where that maturity comes from. You will realize that that comes from their own life experiences being not so great, and them choosing constantly to look at the brighter side of things, to look at you know, things from the lens of love instead of looking at it from a lens of hate and, you know, anger and pain. You know, instead of constantly staying in this victim mentality, they chose to heal themselves, they chose to get out of this situation, and they have done that quite successfully. Maybe they do have a long way to go still, but life definitely for them, when you meet them, or maybe right now, their life is so much better than it ever was before, and they and that gives them hope, that gives them optimism, okay, that gives them happiness and joy, and you know, that makes them want to enjoy the present moment, because it almost feels like their life now is what they have prayed and hoped that it would be in the past, when you know, things were not so good for them. Maybe like when they were going through this like bad childhood experience, maybe they were like visualizing what their life would be like when they grow up. They were visualizing, you know, what kind of person they're gonna be, what kind of life they're gonna live, and that's what got them through these situations. Yeah, maybe that's what got them through life, maybe that's what gave them the strength to stand up and want to make change in their life. Yeah. So yeah, and now they feel like, you know, they're so grateful for where they are, because they've been in bad places, and they feel like, you know, they're living their life more or less like how they had visualized it, and that's why they have this appreciation for being in the present moment and just like enjoying the happiness of the present moment, and the safety and the security that comes in the present moment. Yeah. So that's what I can see for you guys, group number 1. I think I'm gonna end your reading right here. Let me know what you thought about this reading. Let me know whether it resonated or not. Claim this reading as well in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the rose quartz heart crystal, so let's find out what you are going to love about your future spouse and why you will fall in love with them. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here. I'm going to be beginning with these, and then I'm going to bring the tarot in for you. So first up here we have courage. Okay, so your future spouse is someone who is very brave, they're very courageous, they're very adventurous, they are quite like fearless in a lot of sense, that, you know, these are things that would probably scare you or scare an average person, but they are not afraid. Okay, they're very maybe bold, they speak their mind, they you know, do things that they want to, they don't really people please, they don't really care about how they seem like to other people, they just do what they want to do. Okay, within reason. I definitely feel like this courage comes from like, you know, them just wanting to feel quite free. I'm picking up on like very Sagittarius vibes from this person, so this might be like a Sagittarius or a fire sign, which is Aries, Sagittarius, and who's the other fire sign? Leo. Yeah. But yeah, Sagittarius is something that's really standing out to me. But yeah, this is someone who is quite courageous in the sense that they're not scared of saying the right thing, doing the right thing. Even if 10 other people are against them and they have an opinion, they will still voice their opinion. They're not going to keep quiet and be like, oh, okay, let me just go with the flow, let me just keep quiet, let me just not say anything because, you know, it's one against like 9 other people or 10 other people. That's not how they are. Like, you know, they believe in standing up for what's right. They believe in enjoying their life. They believe in living life on their own terms. So yeah, they are quite adventurous, they are quite spontaneous maybe, and they're also very bold. I am picking up on this vibe that maybe there's someone who like will not be afraid of, you know, getting into like a polite passive aggressive argument with their relative, or like, you know, this person is not afraid of like trying out new things. Maybe they're into like adventure sports and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's something that I'm picking up on from your future spouse. Group number 2. Next up we have elegance. And in elegance, what I can see is that this person is, even though they seem quite outgoing, they don't have very like rough edges. Okay, they still seem quite put together, quite polished. They are quite polite, respectful. So it's not like, you know, when I say that they're adventurous and outgoing, I don't mean that they are courageous in a arrogant way. Okay, they are still quite elegant, they're quite respectful, they are quite, like I said, put together. Yes, maybe also the way that they speak, maybe the way that they move is quite elegant. Even if they are doing something like, you know, if they're rock climbing or something, it's not haphazard. There is this level of elegance with which they do things. Okay, so that is something that I can see here. Like they're an elegant race car driver or something of that sort. Like, you know, yeah, you don't pick up on aggression. You pick up on their passion, you pick up on their boldness, you pick up on their love for adventure, but you don't pick up arrogance, you don't pick up overconfidence, you don't pick up, you know, aggression, roughness. That's not what they're about. They are quite an elegant individual. Next up we have flight. So yeah, in flight again, this is someone who is not afraid of making bold moves. They're not afraid of, like, you know, jumping without being attached to a harness. Okay, they might like some really extreme outdoor adventure sports, like, you know, skydiving or like scuba diving, or like, yeah, maybe that's something that they enjoy. Maybe that's like a hobby of theirs, or maybe they do this for a living as well. But even if that's not the case, I just feel like they kind of like to live their life in like a very adventurous manner. Like they like taking big risks, they like you know, going against the grain of things. They like, you know, maybe there's someone who believes that big risks equals big rewards, and yeah, they are probably someone who takes an action before they think it through. That's something that I'm picking up on with this flight. But at the same time, like, I feel like with cats specifically, and like I'm seeing fairy cats here, when they fall with like a lot of grace. They fall quite elegantly. Like they fall, like they almost have the superhero landing, right? Yeah, they're like able to, like, you know, stick their landing basically. And I think that's the vibe that this person is giving me. Yeah, this person is giving me very cat-like, feline vibes, where they're quite, you know, they might seem quite unapproachable in the sense that they might look like someone who's gonna scratch your eyes out, but at the same time they can be quite like elegant and loving and you know, graceful. Yeah, cat vibes is what I'm getting from your future spouse. But with the flight card, and why I started talking about cats was because I feel like your future spouse could be someone who you know, they take calculated risk. Yeah, like they are someone who is not gonna bet everything that they have on this risk blindly. Okay, they are going to take big risks, yes, but they will also have like a safety net that they're going to have in place before they take this leap of faith, right? So that's something that I can see here. So like, if you know, this like outgoing, passionate, risk-taking quality of them scared you a little bit, I just want to let you know that, you know, they're not careless, they're not like a completely go with the flow kind of a person. They do plan things in advance, they do have backup plans, they have like, you know, safety nets. They are quite responsible with how adventurous and outgoing and like, you know, carefree they are. So yeah, that is what I'm picking up on from them. Next up we have Sun. Okay, so in Sun, what I can see is that this person is definitely an extrovert. This person is quite out there. This person could be, you know, the life of the party. This person is the glue that holds a social group or a family together. This person is just like, they bring the party with them wherever they go. That's the kind of vibe that I'm picking up on them. They could also be someone who's quite wise, like they're quite magnetic, like people are just drawn to them. It's easy to strike a conversation with them, it's easy to get along with them, it's easy to be their friend, it's easy to have conversations with them. There's something about them that's very magnetic, like everyone wants to be around them, everybody wants to be their friend, everybody wants to be like them. You know, that's the kind of vibe that I'm picking up from them. This could be someone who is quite inspirational, quite motivational. This person could be goals. This was also something that I picked up with the previous group, and this is also something that's coming through for you guys because they also had the Sun card. But yeah, I definitely feel like your person is just very, very inspirational, and they are someone that a lot of people look up to. They are someone who a lot of people want to be like. They want advice from your person. Yeah, that is definitely something that I'm picking up on for you guys, group number 2. Let's now live shuffle the Pulp Girls tarot deck to get some more information about what your future spouse is like and why you love them, why you will fall in love with them. So first up here we have the Four of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, bottom deck energy is the Knight of Pentacles. We have two queens, we have the Page and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this person could do something in the financial industry, risk-taking in the sense of like financial risks, or maybe they just work in like the financial sector. That is something that I'm picking up on here. Or they might do something for a living that's quite lucrative. It's like they're somehow able to make like really good money. Yeah, like they're more than comfortable in their life when it comes to their finances, is what I'm picking up from them. Financial advisor, investment banker, kind of vibes is what I'm picking up from them. That's not necessarily what their you know, career could be, but yeah, that is like a vibe that I'm picking up from them. Or even if they don't do this for a living, they might just be quite good at making money and like knowing where to invest, when to invest, how to like save, but also like how to make more money, you know, like, yeah. Okay, let's first start with the Four of Swords being right next to the Queen of Pentacles. I definitely feel like this is someone who's quite passionate about their work. They are a bit of a workaholic, but at the same time, they also do love taking naps. They love resting, relaxing, recuperating. They're not a workaholic in the sense that, you know, they would probably work themselves to a point of sickness or illness, or to a point where their body literally forces them to take a day off. They're not like that. They do love their job and they are quite passionate about it. They are quite disciplined when it comes to their work. They have a really good work ethic, but at the same time, they also know when to like rest, when to relax. You know, this is also again giving me an indication that they don't jump at the opportunity of like they don't jump at opportunities that are financially unsafe. Okay, yeah, that is something that I'm picking up from them. Next up, with the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands being right here, I definitely feel like they are quite attractive. They're quite attractive in like a very traditional way. Okay, so like if they're masculine, then they might have very masculine looking features, you know. They might look like what a traditionally masculine man looks like. Or if they're feminine, then they're, you know, traditionally what a attractive female looks like, or a feminine looks like. You know, they are quite attractive in what they look like, but their energy is also quite attractive. Okay, in the sense that if they feel more masculine, then they are in their healthy masculine. If they feel more masculine, then if they feel more feminine, then they are in their healthy feminine. Does that make sense? Like, you know, they their energy is very attractive as well. Like their masculine or feminine energy is very attractive. Like they don't just like look attractive, they also feel very attractive, if you know what that means. You know, like some people just have that vibe where even though they don't look that good, they just like the way that they move, the way that they talk is just very attractive. But for this person, I feel like they're overall quite attractive. Their energy is attractive, their personality is attractive, their looks are attractive. Yeah, that is something that I'm definitely seeing here. For a lot of you, I feel like this is a very masculine person, because like we have two wands here and this just looks very phallic to me. So yeah, they are someone who yeah, is quite masculine is what I'm picking up on. Like they have maybe like a very deep masculine voice, or yeah, they just are quite masculine. Like even in their sexuality, they might be quite masculine, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up for them, and that's something that you will really love. Yeah, you will really love. Like I feel like intimacy with them is something that you will really enjoy. Yeah. Next up, because this is not 18 plus reading, I'm going to stop talking about that and move on to the Nine of Swords and the Page of Pentacles energy. And this to me is basically reiterating what I was saying. Like, you know, they are someone who doesn't like staying awake and doesn't like, you know, losing sleep over an investment that they know is going to go wrong. Okay, like they leave room for error, they leave room for losses, but they don't invest to a point, or they don't, like, you know, spend money and resources to a point where they're actually staying up worrying about, you know, what if everything goes wrong, what if I have to incur losses, what if it doesn't go, you know, the way that I planned it to go. Like they don't like doing that. They don't like the energy of being anxious, which is why like they are quite mindful and they are quite calculative with how they spend their money. They're also quite mindful with how much they save and how they save, where they invest. Okay, so they will take some level of risk, but at the same time it's going to be calculated risk, like I was saying. Yeah, so that's what I can see for you guys. I feel like there is this like level of them being very financially responsible, which is something that you really love about them, and that's gonna help you fall in love with them, because like this is someone who probably has savings but is also able to give you the kind of lifestyle that you desire. Maybe they're able to like buy you expensive gifts. Maybe, you know, their love language is either physical touch or gift giving, and the gifts that they give you, you really enjoy. Maybe the way that you feel loved is when you receive gifts, or when, you know, you're being touched. But yeah, I definitely feel like this person puts a lot of thought into the gifts they give. They put a lot of thought into the kind of lifestyle they'd like to live. So, you know, all of their money is not just going into savings. They also have like a fund for, you know, you going on vacations, or you buying a designer bag, or you going on date nights to really good places, you know, experiencing things that maybe require you to have quite a lot of disposable income. Yeah, and they're somehow able to provide that for you, or they're somehow able to like improve your lifestyle, improve your finances, upgrade your lifestyle. That's the vibe that I'm picking up on for you guys, group number 2. So like, yeah, maybe that's something that you will really love about this person, and that could also be something that helps you fall in love with them and stay in love with them. And that's one of the reasons why you will fall in love with them, just because of how financially responsible and dependable they are. So yeah, that's something that I'm picking up on for you guys. By no means am I trying to call you a gold digger. I mean, I just hate that term. Like, I hate it when we call people gold diggers. Like, what even is that? Like, it's so silly. We live in a very materialistic world, and we do need money in order to survive in this world, in order to experience this world the way that we'd want to. So like, why do we shame other people or ourselves for wanting money? Like, that's so silly. We work, we do a lot of things for money, right? Like, that's my alarm going off, so just hold on 1 second. Hi guys, I'm back. I'm so sorry my alarm went off, but yeah, that could be a sign as well. This could be like a wake-up call that you either had, or maybe you're having now because of this reading, where you feel like, you know, you're waking up from this like fairy tale bubble where you feel like love is enough, which I mean, yes, it is. Love is definitely something that we all crave for and something that we all deserve. But you know, love is not food of life. You also need money, and you need materialistic things. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely do not like the idea of calling someone a gold digger. Yeah, I mean, I really hope that you didn't pick up on the vibes that I was calling you a gold digger, because that was not my intention. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like that's the vibe that I'm getting here, that, you know, this person is able to provide for you financially, and that is something that is important to you, and you love that about them. Not to say that that's the only thing you love about them, but yeah, it could be one of the things that you really appreciate and love about your future spouse, group number 2. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end your reading right there. I hope that this reading resonated with you. I hope it didn't offend anyone out there. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Claim it as well in the comments below if you'd like to. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the green aventurine heart crystal, so let's get into your reading. Let's find out what you will love about your future spouse, why you will fall in love with them. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here. I'm going to be beginning with these, and then I'll get the tarot in for you as well. Now, first thing that I can see here in the first card, which is persistence, is that your future spouse is someone who just does not give up. They have a fighter spirit, which you will really love. You will love the fact that, you know, if they really truly want something, they will go after it relentlessly. They will not give up. They will, you know, go after it, and they'll go after it till they get it, till they achieve it. Okay, so their persistence, their discipline, their, like, you know, ability to keep going is something that you are going to really love. Okay, this could be a quality about them that they apply in all aspects of their life. Okay, so they're quite persistent in the sense that they persistently chase their career goals. They persistently, you know, keep putting in effort and making sure that your relationship is working, and that your marriage is working, and that, you know, your family is healthy and functional, and your relationship is healthy and functional. Yeah, in every aspect of their life, they are going to keep persisting. They'll constantly want to do inner work. They'll constantly want to grow and be better and do better. You know, they might read a lot of self-help books. They might read a lot of books. They might watch movies. They'll listen to podcasts that help them become better. Okay, they don't like being complacent at all. Okay, they don't like being stagnant and stuck, is what I can see here in persistence. Next up, we have ambition. So yes, they are quite ambitious. They are quite a go-getter. They are like a bit of a chaser. Like, they chase their dreams, they chase their goals. They're chasing sunsets is something that I'm hearing. Okay, but like, yeah, when they have decided what they want, once they have put their mind to what they want, they aren't afraid of putting in the work. They aren't afraid of hard work. They aren't afraid of going after what it is that they want. They aren't afraid of taking action. Okay, and they do that relentlessly and persistently, is what I can see here for you guys. Group number 3, this is someone who could have like really big career goals. They might have really big, like, you know, lifestyle goals. They might have like deadlines, quite high standards that they're setting themselves up for, or that they have set up for themselves, but somehow they are able to like work towards them and make them a reality. Okay, so this is not just like goals. This is not just talks of wanting to live a certain way or wanting to live in a certain place. They actually work hard towards it, and they make their dreams come true. So yeah, that's something that I can see. They are a doer. They are an action taker. Next up, we have contentment. Okay, so in contentment, what I can see is that even though they are such a go-getter, they are able to like stop and, you know, celebrate their victories. They are able to like appreciate how far they have come. They, you know, are content with how life is, but they want more. Okay, like, you know, being happy with what life is like at the moment, but like making sure that that doesn't become their comfort zone. So, you know, they enjoy what they have. They're thankful for it. They're grateful for it. They stop to enjoy, they stop to celebrate their little wins as well as their big wins, but at the same time, you know, they don't want to stay in that place forever. They want to keep growing and keep being better and doing better. So yeah, there is this good balance between you know, wanting more and like going after more, and also at the same time being appreciative and looking after the things that they already have. Yeah, and that's what I can see in affection. Like, this is someone who has a pretty good work-life balance. This is someone who knows that yes, money and, you know, goals and these things are important. You know, success is important, but at the same time, you know, they would also like success in the softer areas of their life. Like, they would like a successful relationship as well. They would want to be a successful parent. You know, they want to do a good job raising children. They want to be a good husband or a wife. They want to be a good son or a daughter. You know, that is also something that's equally important to them as their career goals or their ambition or their like lifestyle goals are to them. Yeah, so I'm definitely picking up on like very balanced energy here. Like, Yeah, and somehow that is something that you will really love about them. Like, you don't ever have to push them to take action, but at the same time you'll never have to push them into taking rest and spending time with their family either. Like, it comes from within. Being able to like juggle it all, balance it all, is something that, you know, comes from within. That's a need that they have from their own life, and they make sure that they look after their own needs as well as the needs of other people around them, okay, as well as the needs of the people they love. So yeah, that is something that you are really going to love about your future spouse. Now let's live shuffle the tarot and get some more information about what you will love about your future spouse. So we have the Seven of Pentacles to begin with, then we have the Tower, we have the Six of Pentacles, we have the King of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Six of Wands. Okay, bottom deck energy is the Ten of Swords. So yeah, this is the kind of person who believes that their rock bottom is actually their trampoline. You know, like anytime they're at rock bottom, they're like, you know, the only way to go from here is up. So yeah, let's lick our wounds for a while. Let's be a little bit disappointed, let's learn our lesson, but then let's strive to get out of this situation. Let's, you know, not be stuck in this place of feeling like a loser or feeling like a failure. That's something that they do not like. They do not like victim mentality, and they definitely don't like staying in victim mentality themselves. Group number 3. So yeah, this person is quite like strict and disciplinarian when it comes to themselves. Like, they're quite strict and disciplinarian when it comes to themselves. Like, with themselves they are quite strict. They like I said, hold themselves to high standards. Not necessarily sure if that's how they also expect other people to be. Like, I feel like their rules and their like discipline is directed a lot more inward than it is outward. So I feel like they are quite strict with themselves, but they might be quite lenient with their children, you know. Like, they might give themselves quite a hard time for not waking up early and like, you know, eating healthy or going to the gym or something. But if their children want to go to sleep and like they want to stay in bed and they want to like, you know, take the day off from school and just like, you know, stay in bed, snuggle, cuddle, and just like watch a Disney movie, they'd be okay with that. Like, that's the kind of vibe that I'm picking up on here. Like, a lot of their strictness and discipline is very internal. Yeah. First up, with the Seven of Pentacles and the Tower, I definitely feel like this person is someone who saves for a rainy day. They are someone who believes in having like a very safe and secure foundation. Like, they are someone who maybe spends more time or resources or even money on quality rather than quantity. Okay, so like, even if they want to buy, sorry about that, group number 3, there was a knock at my door. I am filming at a different time than I normally do today, so I have noticed that other than pile number 1, every other group that I have filmed today, there has been some sort of disturbance or like some sort of like disruption in like my flow of thought and like my flow of like just filming. So I mean, I'm not sure if this is such a good time to film. I normally like filming at this time because the road that I live on gets quite busy. Like, in a couple of hours it'll get quite busy. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure you would have noticed that there's a lot lesser like traffic noises in today's video than there have been in the past. So yeah, that's just something that I wanted to try and like see if I can somehow make sure that there are no traffic noises in my video, which is why I wanted to film at this time. But I have been disturbed twice already, so like I don't know. Yeah, that's something that I'm gonna figure out. But coming back to your future spouse, like I was saying, you know, this is someone who will probably like buy you, like when they take you out shopping, and if you want to buy a bag, they're going to say, oh, why don't you buy, like, you know, a Prada bag, because it's more durable, it'll last you a longer time, rather than buying a bag from, you know, a local street vendor that is maybe, yes, inexpensive, but probably won't last as long as a good quality bag would, right? So I definitely feel like this is someone who believes in setting like a strong foundation. They are someone who is quite like honest. They are quite like loyal. They are quite like, they believe in laying the cards on the table before they do something. Okay, so like even with your relationship, like they might believe in being honest and truthful with each other from the get-go, so that there's a good foundation to build your relationship upon in the future. And I feel like that's how they are with like every aspect of your life as well. Like you know, even in work, I feel like that's what they prefer to do. Like they prefer to have like a college degree and then like work from the bottom, so that they know how to do the work at the bottom, so that when they get to the top, they're able to like manage better, like they're able to like empathize with their employees better, with the people who are working under them, like they're able to like guide them better. Okay, like I feel like that's their mentality. Like we'll start from the bottom and then we'll get to the top, and we'll pay attention to the quality of building that bottom, so that it's a solid foundation that we're basing our career or our relationship, or you know, our house on even. Okay, so like if this is specifically a house that you guys are going to build together, they will make sure that they're paying extra even for good quality products being used in the house, you know, something that's gonna last them a very long time. So yeah, that's something that I can see. And I feel like this, like this is not just them paying, or you know, paying attention to quality of things that people can see externally. I think it's also like the minimum, like the basic things that even if you can't see it externally, they would still want to pay extra for it. Like again, like I said, with building a house, like everybody is going to see the exterior of your house, they'll see the interiors of your house, and yes, that is something that they would be very much willing to pay for quality. But they'll also pay for like the cement, the, you know, the bricks, like good quality wooden flooring, like, you know, stuff that just a professional will probably be able to tell whether it's good quality or not, and like a layman would probably not be able to tell the difference. But they will still want to pay for quality for those things as well, you know. So that's something that I'm picking up on from them, with just like the 7 of Pentacles and this Tower card. And they're also quite like patient, because they want quality. They are quite patient, they are quite like they're willing to, you know, wait for the best thing. Like if say suppose they're into gadgets, okay, for an example, they will want to buy the best quality gadgets. And if they find out that, you know, oh, if you just wait for 1 more month, then an even more superior quality of this gadget is coming out, then they don't mind waiting for it, because they want the best of the best, and they don't mind waiting for it. They don't mind putting in the hard work for it, and they don't mind even if the result that they're requiring to see is coming in like a much slower manner than they had probably wanted. Okay, like they definitely do have a lot of patience, this person, group number 3. So yeah, that's what I can see here. Next up, with the 6 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, what I can see is that this person is quite compassionate. They're very giving. They don't mind sharing their resources with other people, whether that's their wisdom, whether that's actual money, whether that's you know, their time. They don't mind sharing that, spending that with people who they care about, because they are very kind, they're very compassionate, they're very giving. This person is very giving. And for you guys as well, I'm picking up on that they are someone who wants to give you a good life. You know, you're going to be their spouse, so they want you to have a good life, they want you to have a quality life. So yeah, they will definitely not be tight-fisted when it comes to sharing their resources. And that's something that I'm picking up here. They might also be someone who does a lot of volunteer work. Maybe they do charity work. That's also something that I'm seeing here, that they're there for their friends. Yeah, they are just a very dependable, responsible individual. Like, this is someone who you can totally depend on. I'm picking up on the vibes that, like, when you guys go on a vacation, this is the person who has like the itinerary set. They have, you know, they everything's organized, all the paperwork is organized, everything just like goes smooth as butter, because they're so organized and because they have it all together when it comes to, like, you know, planning and organizing. Yeah. Yeah, that's the vibe that I'm picking up from them. Just like a very good planner, very, like, yeah. Next up, with the Queen of Swords and the Six of Wands, what I can see is that they are someone who's quite good, like I said, with communication. And the way that they communicate, they win people over with the way that they communicate. Okay, so they might be a poet, they might write, they might be a motivational speaker, or just the way that they interact and communicate with people makes people fall in love with them, and it makes people want to give them whatever they want. Okay, like, they're able to talk their way out of situations, they're able to talk their way to success, they're able to talk their way to victory, they're able to motivate people, they're able to, like, you know, articulate themselves really well, they're able to, like, you know, express themselves in a way that makes sense to other people, and that helps people fall in love with them, that makes people want to support them and work with them, work for them, you know. Yeah, like if they are a leader, if they are in a leadership position, which I do feel like they might be, considering we have the King of Pentacles here, they might be a businessman, or they might work at like a high level, even if they work in like the corporate industry or whatever, or even if they're self-employed, then even more so. Then if they are self-employed, they are able to, like, you know, they have really good leadership qualities. They know how to get people to work for them, they know how to communicate their wants and get what they want. Okay, like, yeah, they're a good listener, but also they're able to, like, tell people what they want in a way that that person will understand and give this person exactly what they want. You know, like, there's no miscommunication here. I feel like this is the kind of person Mercury retrograde has nothing on. Yeah, this person is just amazing at communicating. This person could also be quite successful. Like I said, they could be quite wealthy, quite successful in terms of what they do for a living. They could be quite well known, or could be like a household name even in their industry or in their workplace. Like, everybody knows them, they're quite popular. That's also something that I'm picking up on here, and that is something that you'll really love about them. Like, their employees or their colleagues would come up to you at office parties and say, oh my god, you're so and so's spouse, oh my god, you're so lucky, they're amazing, they're brilliant. You know, yeah. They just have, like, other people have good things to say about your future spouse, for sure. Group number 3, and that is something that you're going to really love about your future spouse, because of how they make other people feel. And you'll feel like this love and this affection that they have is not just limited to how they feel about you and your family. This is just who they are. They are a very affectionate person, they're a good person, they're a good egg. Yeah, they're a good egg. Yeah. Okay, in my mind, I just heard that TikTok sound, he's a good man, Savannah. a good man. that's that's the vibe that I pick up on. Not to say that anybody has to convince you or you have to convince anybody that he's a good man, but yeah, it is something that you definitely recognize about him, acknowledge about him, and appreciate about him or her. I said him because we're talking about Savannah's man, but yeah, it doesn't matter who you're into, who you're asking about. Yeah, their gender doesn't matter. They are a good egg is what I can pick up on. Group number 3 for you guys. So on that note, I think I'm gonna end your reading right here. Let me know what you thought about it. 2121 when I saw the viewfinder. So yeah, this could also mean that you are also like this. You guys are similar. And yeah, it feels good to you that you've ended up with someone who's also like you. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna end your reading right here. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me. Like, share this video with someone who you think would be interested in this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.